The long wait is finally over, and it is England against Spain in the Euro 2024 finals. These are the best two teams remaining in the Euro 2024, which is being held in Germany. And of course, we are going to have a new winner, keeping in mind that Italy, the defending champions, did not make it into this year's final. But the one finalist who have managed to make it this far is England, who managed to meet Italy in the last edition, which took place 4 years ago. And at the beginning of this tournament, we had a total of 32 teams battling it out for the ultimate prize, which is the Euro 2024 trophy. And so far, England and Spain are the one which have the money to try and lift this Euro 2024 European champions. And of course, Spain, who were the champions in the year 2008, have been the most informed team heading into these finals, and many are rooting and pitting Spain to go all the way and lift this title. On the other hand, England has been one of the surprise team, but not really, because they managed to top their group with a total of 5 points, and Spain, on the other hand, managed to get 9 points, also heading that Group B. Remember that England was in Group C and they managed to make it out really well. England was in Group B and they really managed to make it out of that group. And so many people have been really wondering how Southgate, who has been in a lot of criticism, has managed to get his England team to the second consecutive Euro 2024 final. And remember, just a few years ago, they were also in the same final. And let's all move on to Spain, which is under Luis Del Fonsi, who has managed to bring this Spaniard team into this year's final. Remember that Spain has been missing in the limelight of European competition since they last won this competition. So the two tacticians are going to pit it out and see who will come out victor. And many have been praising Spain for playing a very beautiful game. And I can remember and recall that in one of my shows I did mention that Spain was one of the most organized teams heading into this competition, and have been vindicated, and finally Spain is in the final of this Euro 2024, and they've managed to win all their matches. Well, before we get now to the details, I'd just like to give you the journey between England and Spain to the finals, and I'll just start with England, which was in Group C, and they managed to top that group with a total of 5 points. And Spain, on the other side, was in Group B, and they also managed to top their group with 9 points. And the topping of the group gave the two teams, England and Spain, a ticket to the last 16. And in the last 16, England managed to meet Slovakia, and they won 2-1. Remember, it was a comeback for England in that match. And Spain, on the other hand, managed to dispatch Georgia by 4-1, which gave the two teams a ticket now into the quarterfinals. And in that quarterfinals, England managed to dispatch Switzerland, and it was England who managed to get an equalizer in the dying minutes of that match, which made the match to go to penalties, and England managed to come out top, winning by 5-3, and England managed to score all their penalties. And on the other side, it was Spain against the defending champions, Germany, and Spain managed to defeat Germany by 2-1. Remember that Spain did manage to take an early lead before Germany, the host, managed to come into that match. And the match went all the way into the extra time, and Spain managed to steal it at the dying minute in that extra time, which gave the two teams a ticket, of course, to the semi-finals. And England managed to dispatch Netherlands by 2-1. Remember that Netherlands did take the lead, and England replied through the penalty of Harry Kane, and of course Ole Watkins, the substitute, managed to get it for England. It was a very sweet victory for the three Lions in the final. And on the other side, we saw that Spain managed to dispatch France, who were pitted as being the favorites. I remember in that match, Yamal did give the Spaniards the lead in that, no, rather Kolo Muani managed to give the French the early lead. It was in the 9th minute, and Yamal managed to pull the French back, the Spaniards back into that match, and eventually Dani Olmo managed to give the Spaniards the much needed win, setting up a final into this match. Well, that is the journey between these two great teams, that is England and of course the Spaniards. And before we move on, just like to go and look at the formation that these two teams are likely to adapt coming into this match. We've seen that England have been using a 4-2-3-1 kind of formation, which is rather defensive compared to that one of Spain, which is a 4-3-3 kind of formation, a free-flowing kind of formation. Well, the other issue is that these two teams play very different brand of football. The Spain have been known for playing a tiki-taka brand of football, and on the other side, England play a very advanced counter-attacking brand of football, and they like hitting on those counter-attacks. Now let's go and look at the probable lineup for these two teams, and I will start with England, the three lions. You see, in between the stick, they have Pickford, who have been very influential coming into this final, and on the defense they have Guehi and of course John Stone, and on the two sides they have Kyle Walker, and I'm expecting Luke Shaw to make a comeback into that into that fullback position, replacing of course Trippier. That will be the England back four, and in that middle of the pack, of course, they will have Declan Rice and of course the young Kobbie Mainoo, only 19, doing wonders at this stage of this European competition. And at the wide positions, I think they are likely to go with Bukayo Saka, and this time round I think that Gareth Southgate is likely to bring in some changes, and I think that Cole Palmer may come in for Phil Foden, who has not really lit up this Euro 2024, remembering that he had a very decent season, of course, with Manchester City going all the way and lifting that English Premier League title. And on that tip of the attack, of course, is going to be Harry Kane, who is among the top scorers in this year's showpiece. And on the other side, of course, in the middle of the park, I think that Raya is going to get his spot in between the sticks, and of course Laporte and Nacho being the two centre-backs, and of course Cucurella, who has been very influential for Spain moving forward, will have that starting back at that left side of the defence. And of course the other player who is very experienced, the evergreen Jesus Navas, is going to maintain his position after a very good display in that semi-final against the French. And in that middle of the park, we always have Rodri pulling in the strings in that center of midfield, and of course he may likely be assisted by Pedri in that middle of the park. And of course at the wide areas, I think there's going to go with Williams, Nico Williams, the younger brother of Nianti Williams of Atletico Bilbao, will have his position in that flank. And I think the other side is going to be the very young 16-year-old Lamine Yamal, who is setting records and being one of the youngest scorers in this Euros competition ever. And in that center of attack, of course, there's going to have the captain Morata trying to notch those goals for the Spaniards. Well, it's going to be a very difficult match for both sides, a free-flowing kind of attack, and I will likely to see that Spain moving forward, because they've been very fluid moving forward as a unit, defending, attacking, and also playing as a team. England on the other side, Gareth Southgate has really instilled a lot of confidence in this English side, and it's going to be one of the most interesting matches to see. The young 19-year-old Kobbie Mainoo for England, of course, having set the records of having the most completed passes in the recent years of this competition, Euro 2024, is likely to go against Rodrigo, a very seasoned, experienced player in the name of Rodri, who have been pulling the strings in that Spaniards midfield setting the Spain team moving forward. Now let's go and look at the players who are likely to have much influence coming to this match, and of course the evergreen Bukayo Saka, who has been on form also for England, will be trying to get those crosses, the take-ons, the one-on-ones, to try and pinpoint their striker, which is Harry Kane. And on the other side, Yamal, a 16-year-old, is going to have a very good game coming to this match, going by the exploits that he has really done in this year's competition. So I'm expecting a very fast-paced match, and I think that the team that is going to score the first goal will have a cushion and may likely go ahead and win this match. Now let's go and look at the experience of these two managers coming into this match. We've seen that Gareth Southgate has been with England for a number of years now, and many are really pitting him now to try and bring this cup this time around to England. As many fans of England will say it's coming home, will probably hope that it is coming home for real this time round for the England tactician. Louis de la Fonse, on the other hand, the Spaniard tactician, has just proven doubters wrong, and he has managed really to set these Spaniard teams really well going forward, and many are beating Spain also to go all the way and win this match. And because it's a final and everything goes, you cannot really tell which team has a really upper edge compared to the others, because these are two world-class teams and they have the players to really hurt each team coming this match. Another important player for England, of course, has to be Jude Bellingham, who is really pitted to go all the way and win this year's Ballon d'Or, because he has had a very good season for Real Madrid, and of course he has managed to lift that La Liga and of course the UEFA Champions League. Another player that is going to be vital, really vital, heading this match for Spain, I think it has to be Rodri. Those tackles and those slick passes will be really important for Spain and Rodri moving forward, and I think that is going to be an end-to-end brand of football for both teams, trying to get that single goal to set them up going forward. And I think Raya and Pickford are really going to have a very difficult match so far in this match. Both goalkeepers, comparing them, they are very top-notch goalkeepers, and Raya is very good playing with his foot and organizing his defense moving forward. And as for Pickford, who plays for England, is really known for making those crucial saves. Not really good with his feet, but the one advantage is that Raya has is that he's very good setting his team moving forward. I think that I've just given you the predicted lineups heading this match, and I think that if you are a bookmaker and you really want to put something in this match, I think that you should go for over 2.5, and I think that it's going to be a game that will have over 2 goals and above into this match, and it's also going to be goal. That is my take on this match. Well, let's wait and see, and we only have time to tell before these two great teams meet and try to size each other out. And of course, it's going to be one of the best nerve-wracking brand of football, very fast-paced, and tackles will be flying all over the place, each team trying to cover every blade of the pitch for its team, of course. And those players who have not been really on song will try to prove a point. Of course, it's a final, and when it comes to final, everything goes. You have to give all your play, you have to give all your heart out for the flag of your national team. Well, let's wait and see. Of course, we only have time to tell. I've been your able host, Molo Collins. Let's do this again next time when we do meet to make the best team win, as we bring the curtains down into the Euro 2024 finals. I've been your able host Molo Collins. Let's do this again next time.